Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? I think you all are well by the grace of Almighty Allah, and you are enjoying the online classes and participating in the Zoom classes regularly. But, my dear students, according to our observation that you are not enjoying the video class, but it is important for you because we arrange the video class much more effective for you, and where we give the homework also. If you enjoy the homework, then you need not to ask that what's the homework of this week. Am I clear, my dear? And side by side, you know that now we are giving the assignment according to the government instruction. You must follow it, okay? And you are not enjoying the video class regularly, we can understand, because you know that in a video class we are seeing only 100 or 190 viewers, whereas the total student is more than 800. So, my dear, don't be cheat with the teachers, because you know that from the beginning of COVID-19, we the teachers are making the video class and providing you, and your parents also asking that kind of support from us. So, dear, please help us, help your parents and yourself to participate the classes. Am I clear? So, my dear students, you are a student of JSC. That means you are going to attend the JSC exam. So that's why your preparation should be much more better than any other classes, than any other years. Am I clear? So you know, my dear, I am the Reja, senior teacher of Milestone School and College, English Medium Senior Section. Would like to take a class on Bangladesh and Global Studies of class 8. And my dear students, CW 18, it was on lesson 5 and 6, what was conducted by me also, and why I have gave some information that was effective for you. And today's topics is lesson 7, the activities and role of people who were against the liberation war. That means who were supporting the Pakistani rulers. And lesson 8, that is the help and assistance from home and abroad in liberation war. My dear students, before starting my class on lesson 7 and 8, I will ask you some question from previous class, that was 80, and the lesson was 5 and 6, where was the formation of Mujibnagar government, and side by side the sectors of liberation war. So my dear, and you know that we have already completed this serial number 18, and today you are enjoying 19. So I am going to ask about the previous class, that is, when was the Mujibnagar government formed? Can you tell please? Yes, that is 10th April 1971. You know that this Mujibnagar government that has another names, that is exile government or the temporary government. So this government was formed on 10th April 1971. So can you tell please that when this government has taken the oath? Yes, that is 17th April 1971. So my dear students, this oath was conducted by Professor Yusuf Ali, and through this way this government has started their activities to conduct the liberation war around the country. So my next question, that how many members were there in this Mujibnagar government? Absolutely right, that is 6 members were there. So my dear students, can you tell this, who was the president of this government? Yes, absolutely right. that is our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. You know that on 17th March, that was the birth centenary of the father of the nation, and that is also celebrated as a Child Day, National Children's Day of our country. Okay, my dear. So, my next question, that how many sectors were there in this government? That means of Bangladesh during the liberation war. Okay, thank you for telling. That is 11 sectors were there. So, my dear students, can you tell that Dhaka was in which sector? Absolutely right. Dhaka was in sector 2. Though in your book you will get that it was in sector 3, it was that means some portion was in sector 2 and some portion was in sector 3. But actually the major portion, the capital, that was under sector 2. That's why you know that Dhaka is considered as sector 2, the part of sector 2 during the liberation war. Am I clear? Okay. So my next question, that Rajshahi, this division, you know that along with Bogura, then Pabna, Naga, Shirazganj, okay, all together it was Rajshahi sector 7. So who was the commander of this sector? Yes, that is Major Nurujjaman. Thank you, my dear. Though this information is not given in your book, but I have given through my speech of serial number 18. So, my next question, that how the Mujib Bahini was formed? Yes, right answer, that along with the prominent Satralik leader or Satralik, this Mujib Bahini was formed. Okay, my dear. My next question, that what is Operation Jackpot? Can you tell, please? Okay, tell. Thank you. And you are right. So that is the operation which was conducted in the Mongla and Chittagong seaport for destroying the ships of the Pakistani ruler, that was known as Operation Jackpot. Thank you, my dear, for telling this answer and giving the feedback properly. So actually, if your study is sufficient, then your question answer, your feedback will be sufficient and satisfactory. So what I got from you, and I hope that you all will perform like that way in your next class also. So my dear, so today CW number is 19, and that is, you know, that lesson 7 and 8 on chapter 2. So here you know that at the beginning it is given, that is lesson 7, that is, you know, activities and role of the people who were against the liberation war. That means the collaborators of Pakistani ruler. They actually helped the Pakistani in different ways. So this culprit, they have fueled a reign of the terror, and also they have listed the people, those who supported our liberation war or participated in the liberation war. And after collecting this information, they have given to the Pakistani rulers. And finally, this Pakistani ruler, they marked the people, found them and killed most of the peoples through this way, and some they ran away, and also they went to take the that training of liberation, or and that's why they couldn't get. But those who were living in their regions, their surroundings, they were killed by this Pakistani ruler with the help of these culprit collaborators. So you know that these collaborators, they were known as, that this peace committee. They have formed it along with the 140 members. Then Rajakar, then Al Badur, Al Shams, and also there is another one to misguide the other word, that was Dr. Malik cabinet. So my dear students, now I'll discuss one by one about the peace committee, regular force, that is Rajakar, that means Al Badur, Al Shams, and this cabinet. And later on I'll discuss on lesson 8. That time 7.5 crore people who are living in Pakistan, they are in favor of us. But only some portion of people, those who are against the liberation war and supporting the Pakistani forces. So this anti-liberation people, they have tortured the Bengali people, the freedom fighters, and those who are supporting directly or indirectly to the freedom fighters. So these people, for helping these Pakistani forces, they have formed different organizations, and that was peace committee. And this peace committee was formed along with the Dhaka Civil Peace Committee, consisting of 140 members, and that was formed on 19th April in this year. So that the members of this government, that means this peace committee, was the that Nizami Islami, then Jamaat Islami, PDP, Muslim League, these people. Then all together they opposed the liberation war. And this committee formed in other regions on middle of April for supporting the peace committee. So my dear students, they are the that culprit of our country, and they were guided to the Pakistani rulers so that they could find out the freedom fighters. So my dear students, later on another committee, or that Sangho or union was formed, that was named as Rajakar. So Rajakar Bahini was formed with the direct help and the assistance of the extremely fanatical political parties during the liberation war. So especially Jamaat leader A.K.M. Yusuf has formed this Rajakar Bahini in the month of May 1971. This Rajakar Bahini, later it was spread all over the country, and that the member of this Rajakar Bahini was Islamic Chhatra Sangh and the other extreme religious groups. So they actually helped the Pakistani soldiers and killed and tortured the people of East Pakistan. And some cases they tortured the women, child, the old man in different ways, in different through the different heinous activities. So my dear, later on that was Al Badur. So the members of this Bahini was the Dead Lion, and this Bahini was consisted of the members of Islamic Satro League, that is Satro Sangho, then Jamaat Islami, and other organizations. So this Al-Badr, they have helped to execute the Pakistani plan of kidnapping, torturing, killing, and other activities like when especially the intellectuals were killed by the Pakistani people. That time, the Pakistani rulers has taken this list of the intellectuals. Here, I discuss about the help and the assistance of home and abroad in liberation war, and it was divided in different categories. So, like that the role of expatriated Bengalis, that is those who are living the outside of the world. Okay, so they also have supported in different ways, and another one, that is role of other countries of the world, those who have supported us, like that is India, then Soviet Union, then UK, they have supported us. So we will discuss here about these topics. Now I am discussing on the topics, that is the role of expatriate Bengalis, that means the Bengalis, those who are living abroad during the liberation war, like that they are living in USA, Canada, Hong Kong, Italy, France, UK, and like China, Japan, and some other countries. So these Bengalis, they are trying to mold the support, that is support from the abroad, the people, as well as the different journalists, different radio channels, and also from the government. They are trying to collect the support to mold this support. Then, and the people, those who are living abroad, some of them, they also have came to India to participate in the liberation war by taking the training. So my dear students, during that time the Mujibnagar government has formed tricks to collect the support from abroad, and that's why they have appointed the Dhaka University Vice Chancellor as the ambassador, that means Justice Abu Said Chaudhary as the ambassador of our country, so that he could mold the public opinion of the liberation war from the abroad. And that with the help of this person, Justice Abu Said, the support enriched, and also finally for his that contribution, the 47 UN countries altogether, they have discussed regarding the liberation war, regarding the tortures, oppression, avoid, that means take the decision what they have taken for killing the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. They have decided that they will kill the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and after the concern of this country, they actually were compelled to kill Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So that was a great achievement of this person. And that the different countries like British, then American, and other countries, Japan, Korea, those who are supporting us, that is the journalists, the collaborators, that correspondents, different channel, radio, and some other activists, they are supporting us. And those who are living from our country in that places, they also trying to get support by avoiding some opportunities what have been given that time to them, like that different government residence, government opportunities, supports, okay, and not by going to office as the official day, and through this way they are trying to collect support in favor of the liberation war, in favor of the independence of our country. Actually, that it was a great sacrifice for the people, those who are living abroad. And that side by side, the Bangladesh temporary government, that means Mujibnagar government, it has established two missions in Delhi and Kolkata. So in that time, they have found the first mission in Kolkata, and besides, they have also this Mujibnagar government also established some missions at different countries like Washington, New York, London, and that they have this mission have arranged different types of position, gatherings, and the functions to contribute in the liberation war. And that in some cases the country's parliament members and that education institutions also supported us with the help of this mission. So, my dear students, this was the role of the expatriates, Bengalis, and side by side, that there is the contribution of some countries like India, then Russia, that time it was Soviet Union. Okay, so and other countries like UK, United Kingdom, they actively supported us. But among them, the contribution of India was most. So now we will know about the contribution. We cannot deny the supports of these countries, UK, India, then that Soviet Union. So now we will discuss one. At first, we will know about the contribution of India, that is C. So this country has drawn the attention of the world for the independence of our country during the liberation war. So Indian government criticized the genocide of Pakistani forces and also the Operation Searchlight of 25th March. And that for the support of this Bangladesh, the Prime Minister of India, Srimati Indira Gandhi, exposed the spontaneous help and assistance, and side by side he paid the attention to the international communities so that the other world, the international countries, international organization helped us. And she also visited in various countries for molding the support from the other countries like the European countries. And also in those visits she exchanged that views with the heads of the states and the diplomats and the teachers and students of that different universities and other organizations. And she met with the president of USA, that was Nixon, in November. And besides, she met with the officials of the Bangladesh missions in other countries like Washington and in USA. And later on, he met with the international leaders, officers, also toured many countries to gather the support, that played a significant role in favor of Bangladesh. And that this country was in Bangladesh from the beginning of the Liberation War. And the president of Soviet Union, Petrogoni, he has written a letter to the rulers of Pakistan, that is Yahya Khan, to stop genocide during that time. And you know, they have prolonged a ceasefire when the actively Liberation War was started with the help of joint force from 3rd March. And you know, this country gave the veto power in United Nations in favor of our country. And they have gave this vote that we have the right to become a freedom or independent country. So, my dear, they also gave the indirectly threat to the USA that if they could support the Pakistan, and then the Soviet Union also will support the East Pakistan, and that's why the USA also came lagging behind from their action, from their initiatives. United States, that is United States. So the government policy of United States was that to support the Pakistani rulers during the Liberation War. And you know, my dear, when the India-Pakistan war was broke out on 3rd December 1971, since then the United States has adopted anti-India, pro-Pakistan policy. So this rule went against Bangladesh at this time. And you know that the USA, they have sent their 7th fleet to the Bay of Bengal through the Pacific Ocean in favor of Pakistan. But by observing the situation, the international reaction, they were compelled not to help or not to put this fleet to work. And you know, the USA also conducted the diplomatic efforts for the ceasefire when Pakistan was on the verge of defeat and thus wanted to make our liberation war meaningless. Is it clear, my dear? So, but the different journalists, professionals, they helped the liberation war from USA. So you know that the parliament, the Congress leader, and you know that many members of senates and different newspaper artists, intellectuals, writers, then people of all levels, they have played a role in favor of the liberation war of Bangladesh. And you know that the foreign pressmen, they started collect information about the genocide of the Pakistani rulers. Then they started different types of activities when the Operation Searchlight was conducted from 25th March 1971. And you know, my dear students, during that time, some journalists like that Simon Reed, a journalist of USA, he has collected the information, and with the international pressure, that time the Pakistani rulers, they gave the permission to the international journalists to visit the East Pakistan, but in a particular time, in a particular place, not everywhere. Actually, where they have conducted the major genocide massacre, they didn't allow these journalists in that places, but also they have collected the information and they have sent to the other world. And the person of that is journalist, BBC journalist Mark Talley, he had also made report in favor of the Bangladesh during this time. And some other Bengali journalists also, made the news in favor of us, and different books, poems, and columns were written during that time in favor of our country. You know that the Shadinatar Chorompatro, okay, it was read by M. Mukul in favor of our liberation war. So through this way, the expatriated Bengalis, the Indian people, the Soviet Union, UK, and some other associates of different countries, they all together tried to make our country independence. And finally, we got our victory on 16 December 1971. So, my dear students, that was the discussion on lesson 7 and 8. I hope that you got some information that will help you to continue the study on chapter 2. Dear students, now the feedback session. Now I am asking you some question on lesson 7 and 8. Are you ready for that? Okay, my dear. So my first question is that when was India-Pakistan war started? Can you tell? Yes, that is on 3rd December 1971. Thank you for telling this answer, my dear. So my next question, that is number 2. Who was the Prime Minister of India during the Liberation War? Thank you. That is Srimati Indira Gandhi, who has visited the different countries and different organizations of the world to mold the opinions of the countries, of the peoples of that places. Then my next question, that is 3, that how many people took shelter in the refugee camp? Yes, that is 1 crore, right? 1 crore people took shelter. Then my next question, that is how many countries discussed about the liberation or war of Bangladesh from United Nations? And yes, that is 47 countries, that is members of United Nations, they discussed about the liberation of Bangladesh and they supported us, and that's why the Pakistani rulers couldn't kill the father of the nation of East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibnagar. Then next question, that who has supported us during this liberation war? Yes, that is India, United Kingdom, then Soviet Union. They have supported us during this liberation war. Thank you, my dear. So my next question, that is when they have continued, that means the Pakistani soldiers continued the Operation Searchlight. Yes, that is on 25th March. Though it was the question of lesson 2, 2 or 3, then that is given also. That's why I have asked this question again. Okay. Then, what was the name of the BBC journalist? Yes, Mark Daly, who has made the news in favor of us. Okay, so thank you, my dear, for giving this feedback. Now, I am asking you some related question, that is giving you some related question on lesson 7 and 8. So, dear students, who were called expatriates? Yes, the people, those who are living abroad. Okay, so my next question, that is related question number 2, that is what is the name of the Vice Chancellor? What was the name of Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University? Okay, here also that March 1 Then number 3, how did the expatriate Bengalis help us during this liberation war? There will be marks 3. Then my next question, that is number 4, that in how many ways and how ways the Indian army, Indian government help us. So dear students, you will write down this answer with 4 paras. That means it is 4 marks question answer. That means it is higher efficiency. There will be 4 paras. Number A, that is knowledge based. Number B, that is competency based. Number 3, that is application based. And finally, you will give the idea, that is higher efficiency. Am I clear, my dear? So my next question, that is number 5. How did the foreigners, like foreign journalists and other associates, helped us during this liberation war? So there will be also 4 marks. So my dear students, that was my lecture on CW number 19. I tried my best to provide you the information, and you must follow this and learn the information, and I hope that you will enjoy the video classes and attend the Zoom classes. So that is for all, my dear. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.